Hey, Thomas Westbrook here. Before I dive in, can I ask just a really quick favor of you guys? Texas just got hit with a Category 4 hurricane, and as someone who went to university and lived in Texas, this natural disaster just got personal. A lot of times it can be frustrating trying to find a charity that you can give to that's not going to donate half of your money towards buying Bibles and half of their time towards proselytizing. That's where Foundation Beyond Belief comes in. It's a humanist charity that promotes secular volunteering and charitable giving. They've been around for a while, providing humanists an avenue to donate to qualified and vetted charities, as well as sending qualified volunteers to help aid with disaster recovery. So I'm going to put a link in the description below that you can go to and donate if you're able, and even if you don't have any money, if you could just like and share this video, it would really help out the cause. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock as always. And now back to the show. What is the purpose of life? What is the meaning of life? The reason that no one seems to be able to answer these questions is that they're asking the wrong questions. The problem with these questions is the word the meaning of life? As if there's only one? As if in spite of a multitude of differences setting you apart from 7 billion other humans, you all share just one purpose. And don't you dare draw outside the lines. And with one fell swoop, you're fooled into surrendering your autonomy. What a shame. After marinating in 1,000 sermons for the first 2 decades of my life, the echoes of religious platitudes still resonate in my ear canals. You can't have purpose without God. Money, sex, drugs, and fame, alcohol, it never satisfies. Yes, but then again, neither does religion. Religion leaves you feeling worse off than when you started by telling you that you're broken, messed up, sinful, and a slave. It redefines even the best of life's heroes as inherently sinful, gifting us with the inescapable bollocks of original sin. But I refuse to be teabagged by religious flim-flam. Money, sex, fame, alcohol, if they become the end game in themselves, are life's narcotics for those who lack a purpose. These simple vices are heavily underrated by the religious. Do they really bring purpose? Money, by itself, isn't fulfilling, but try living a life in fear of starvation. Stressing over the source of your next meal will make you appreciate a steady source of income. And studies have shown that as a person's salary increases, so does their happiness up to about $70,000 or so a year in the US, at which point you experience diminishing happiness returns. Sex can be extremely rewarding when done in the right way with the right people. When there's jealousy, guilt, shame, and dishonesty, then of course it leaves you empty. But if 2 consenting adults are honest about their hopes and objectives and respect each other's freedom, autonomy, and wishes, then even a short-term sexual encounter can be one of the most fun and beautiful human interactions you can have. And the depth and closeness of a sexual relationship can be fostered and increased over time with or without marriage, as you learn each other's emotional and physical needs and develop a stronger trust and emotional connection. But it's always religions that take this amazing, natural action and make it shameful, teaching you to feel guilty. Fame in itself, while it shouldn't be the end game, can be rewarding as a measure of your success, knowing that all your work is now tangible and publicly recognizable. Alcohol, like anything, can be abused, but sitting beside a fireplace with a glass of wine and a loved one in your arms, or enjoying a book with a fine scotch at the end of a long day, is immensely satisfying. Religion, too, can offer temporary satisfaction. But it offers a false sense of momentary clarity based on ancient guesses, most of which are wrong, and then it hands you guilt, manufactures a problem, instills in you the fear of hell, and traumatizes you with it to no end, while demanding subservience, self-hatred, and never-ending worship. We're supposed to believe it because some wise old ancients offered it as life's antidote to suffering? Religion itself is the source of even worse suffering than that which it attempts to alleviate, without even fixing the initial problems, but merely distracting from them. There's no reason to believe that the early wanderers on this planet actually figured out the meaning of life. They were mere babies on humanity's timescale. We stand the beneficiary of thousands of years of human learning, growth, and advancement that they never had. And yet people still parrot the old trope, without God, what is the purpose of life? To quote Dan Barker, this is like saying, if there is no master, whose slave will I be? Let's take the most extreme example of religious devotion, becoming a celibate nun or monk. This social isolation doesn't reveal life's meaning, it robs you of a life for which to have meaning in. These people have no lives, and if you have no life, then you don't have to worry about finding meaning or purpose in one. Is the prospect of freely deriving your own meaning in life really so terrifying? I'd hate to see religious people try to figure out what they want to do when they grow up. Religions con their constituents into a hopeless and intoxicated stupor before leaving them with the hangover of artificially concocted shame, a disease for which they claim their snake oil is the only cure. And when you've been convinced that you're damaged goods, you'll sell yourself to the first beguiling swindler who comes along. Happiness is a long-term investment. The reason that drugs and alcohol only bring temporary happiness is because the high that they bring is temporary and wears off. And money can't buy happiness, only rent it, because its purchases lose their gleam. You know what really does bring lasting happiness? Deep, meaningful friendships that age like a fine wine. Helping others, building a family, leaving a positive legacy, creating something of value, whether that's art, a heart-wrenching song, a beautiful poem, a novel, or whether it's technological breakthroughs, curing a disease, building a tool or app to solve a problem and push humanity forward. Expand your knowledge of the world. Read a book, take a hike and enjoy nature. Travel, and stop taking the things you have for granted. At the end of the day, it's these things that leave your life enriched and full. It's these things that you can observe as you age with the heartwarming realization that you're responsible for that. You did that. You made the world a little bit better. It may not be meaningful to everyone, but it means something to you. Not because it was dictated to you as some type of top-down cookie-cutter construct crapped out on you from the aging bowels of a religious codger. You derive your meaning, no one else, because you are free. And for that, you can and should be proud. If you believe in my cause and you want to help support my work promoting science, curiosity, and free thought, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/holykoolaid. Even just $1 helps me to continue making these videos. If you're one of my supporters on Patreon, thank you. You guys are amazing. I can't make these videos without your support and your help, and it means so much to me. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. I really hope you like the rest of my content. Feel free to like and share. You guys rock so much, and together, we're making a difference.